Okay, we're at Hanksters in Daytona Beach, Florida. And we got a real special guest today, a 1968 Camaro. We're not sure exactly how it started life. It's hard to tell on these 68 cars. But what I do know it started life is this engine. It is a MO code 302 Z28 engine. And we have paperwork for the rebuild on this vehicle. Has a air gap Edelbrock intake manifold on it. It's got a double pump Hawley carburetor on it. It's ceramic coated headers. It's got double A-arm front suspension, chrome moly, aluminum 4-pass radiator, power steering. This car is just so over the top, done to the nth degree. A beautiful color combination. The engine absolutely cooks. I mean, it is a built 302. We don't have any documentation to show that this car started life as a 302, but it is a 1968 302 MO code Z28 engine in the vehicle right now as we speak. A lot of chrome, a lot of polished aluminum. Car is a very, very high grade, high quality car. It absolutely is one of the nicest cars that we have in the building at the time. Okay, in front of our 1968 Camaro, you can see the ice cube trays are just as nice and shiny, and the chrome is perfect on them as the day they were new. The paint on this car is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what the color is. It does have a matching interior. It's like a rose bronze type color. A lot of metallic in it. It's absolutely beautiful, beautiful paint job in this car. The fitment, the quality of this car is out of this world. Gaps around the hood, as you can see, are just absolutely stunning. They're 1/8 of an inch on each side, maybe 1/4 in the front and 1/4 in the back, just the way it should be. The grille is just as nice and black plastic as it was when it left the factory. The bezels around the headlights are absolutely perfect. The bumper fitment is phenomenal. There's not a deviation whatsoever in this front bumper. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It does have the optional bumperettes, bumper guards, whatever you want to call them. Front spoiler with no marks whatsoever on it. Marker lights, parking lights are just as nice as can be in the front of the grille. Paint on this car is absolutely stunning. Camaro designation. The quality of this car, we're not going to worry about any chrome pitting anywhere. It doesn't have any. The car is absolutely phenomenal across the front. Let's see what's on the side. Okay, on the front it does designate Z28. That is the motor that's in this car. It is a 1968 MO Z28 engine. I can't tell you that the car started life with that, but it is a Z28 clone, style, whatever you want to call it per se right now. It's the same as if it would have left the factory with this engine. It is not a numbers matching engine though. Torque thrust style wheels, black centers, polished outer rims, really add a lot of pop to the vehicle. Looks really, really good with them. Original equipment type arms and blades for the wipers. Tinted front windshield. You can see there's no marks whatsoever around the stainless around the windshield. Front fender to door, there's absolutely no deviation. Whiskers, wipes, whatever you want to call them, absolutely brand new. Don't see anything. Grip edge guard is as nice as you could hope for it to be. Door handle chrome is just as it was when it was new. Rocker panel molding is just the way it was when it left the factory too. It looks absolutely fantastic. No marks or dents in it whatsoever. Chrome around the back window. Your rubbers are all new. In fact, all the rubbers are new on this vehicle. Everything's been replaced that I can see. Fantastic interior, but you'll see that in a minute here. Door to the quarter panel mimics the front. You can't find a deviation on it. Absolutely gorgeous. No marks or dents or anything in the roof. There's not an imperfection in the roof of this car at all. I can't see a single thing. Back window, same as the front, absolutely nothing. Hat rack has 2 aftermarket speakers in it, but the hat shelf itself, rear shelf, just the way it was when it left the factory. no fading, just absolutely like new. By the way, the front fender wheel well molding, no dents in it. The same thing back here, absolutely no dents whatsoever in it. Quarter panel, side marker light, everything on this car is just laser straight down the side. Fantastic paint job on this car. It just, you'd have to see it in real life. The photos aren't going to depict how nice the paint and fit and finish on this car is. The car is just an absolutely phenomenal representation of the 1968 Camaro. Let's see if we can find something wrong in the back, because we sure haven't so far. Okay, rear spoiler to match the front spoiler on this particular vehicle. The rear deck, the same as the hood. It just fits absolutely perfect. Camaro, of course, designation on the back, but it's not going to have any pits, not on this car. They're not allowed on this guy. The bezels around the tail lights, absolutely like new. No problems on the chrome whatsoever. The tail lights, backup lights, both sides just crystal clear and shiny yet. Bumper guards in the back to match bumper guards in the front. Chrome in the back bumper is just absolutely gorgeous, just like the front. Fitment, the same way. I wish you could see it better, but the fitment of the bumper is just absolutely gorgeous. Pan underneath, there's no pulls or no marks or anything on it. The back end of this car is the same as the front and the side. There's not a single mark. I haven't found a stone chip, a scratch, a ding, nothing. There's absolutely nothing to report so far. We got one more side to do yet. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, coming down the passenger side. Quarter panel, side marker lights, trim around the windows. There's just absolutely nothing. I think I'm wasting my time going around this thing because I can't find anything. There's absolutely nothing. No marks on the fender lips. The paint is absolutely, I can't get over the paint on this car. The paint is just absolutely beautiful. The color is just, it's just absolutely stunning. Chrome around the windows, the rubbers, everything on this is the same as on the other side. The wipes, sweeps, fuzzies, whatever you want to call them. Perfect on this side and new just like the other side. Drip rail the same way as the other side, no marks, no nothing. I forgot to mention it does have a mirror, driver and passenger, which is a real nice addition to have a passenger side mirror. I don't know how we can live without them anymore. Chrome on the door handle, just the way it was when it left the factory. Again, the rocker panel molding. No dents or no marks or oxidation or anything on it. The way, you can't see it, but the way these wipes fit, both the driver's door and the passenger's door, they're an absolute precision fit. A lot of them have a gap here and there and they're a little wavy. These aren't. They're absolutely stuck right onto the stainless is pushing right down onto the rubber that goes onto the paint. Door to front fender, and of course there's no marks on the door either, not a single one, nowhere. To the front fender, the fitment is absolutely beautiful. Again, Camaro, we know there's not going to be any chips or pits in it from deterioration. Around the front windshield on this side, the same as the other side. This car has no marks, no chips, no dings, no deviations. When you look down the side of this vehicle, Z28, see, Z28. When you look down the side of this vehicle, driver or passenger, you can't find a deviation in anything. There's not a ripple, there's not a mark, there's not a stone chip. The gaps are beautiful on this vehicle. Front, back, sides, everything. It's got a set of torque thrust wheels with a huge set of tires in the back. Discs in the front, double A-arm front suspension. Fantastic interior, which you'll see in our video here in a few minutes. It does have it's a 68 Camaro with a 68 MO code, which is Z28 engine in it. It is not a numbers matching engine per se, but it is a 68 car. It has a 68 Z28 engine. It has everything Z28, including the 12-bolt rear end, multi-springs. It's got discs in the front. Everything indicates this to be a Z28. So it thinks it is, even if it isn't. We can't authenticate it. But I know one thing, it runs like one, it drives like one, and it's just as much fun as a real one for a lot less money. Okay, we're inside of our Z28 style 1968 Camaro. And everything in this thing reeks quality, everything. The way the headliner's put on, it's tight as a drum. Dashboard is absolutely soft, pliable. The paint in front of the dash isn't faded. The dashboard itself is just absolutely perfect. The door panels are the standard door panels, and they're not discolored or faded in any way. It has a standard interior with the short bucket seats. Aftermarket steering wheel, a Grand steering wheel, but it's a nice fat wood wheel. Has its original AM radio still intact. It does have an aftermarket radio tucked under the dash here. So you do have an upgraded sound system in this vehicle with 2 additional speakers in our hatch shelf. So we know that it's got a good sound system in it. Aftermarket tachometer. Other gauges are nice and clean and clear. Kick panels are nice. 2 auxiliary gauges, temperature and oil pressure, which function. This car, it just shows quality everywhere you look. The quality of the carpeting, the fit, everything is tight as can be. Seat belts in the front, seat belts in the back. There's nothing. The sun visors are still the original sun visors, and they're not faded or coming apart in any way. Most of the time the stitching's coming out of them. These aren't. The car just reeks quality. And of course, being a Z28 style, it's got this right here. It's the only way you could get them. So you got a 4-speed, you got power steering, you got power disc brakes, you got an MO Z28 engine in a 68 car in one of the neatest colors that you'll ever see in your entire life. This color absolutely jumps out at you. Fantastic color combination. And the quality of this car is what's going to sell it. This car has the highest quality that you could ever expect out of any 1968 Z28 Camaro. Fit, finish, everything. It's a fantastic car, and it's waiting for you to play with it here at Hanksters. Hi, you're at Hanksters in Daytona Beach, Florida, underneath the 1968 Camaro. This might take a while for this presentation because everything is new, but I'm going to point everything out that I can see, and we'll go through the whole thing. New tubular A-arms, chrome moly, top and bottom. New shocks, new radius rods, new pitman arm, new steering box, new calipers, new braided stainless lines for the calipers, new rotors, new backing plates, new sway bar bushings, heavy duty sway bar, ceramic coated headers, long tube. Absolutely no marks whatsoever on the undercarriage of this vehicle. The subframes on it look like brand spanking new. No jack marks, no dents, no indentations, nothing. The front end of this car is just as fresh and new as you could ever hope to find one. You can see the transmission has, the tranny has no leaks whatsoever. Bell housing, no leaks. Engine, it's all fresh. Everything in this car has been done fresh. The motor's fresh, tranny, new clutch pressure plate, no drips off the motor. Everything under this car in the front end is brand spanking new. There's not one single thing that hasn't been addressed in one fashion or another. You're getting absolutely the best of the best. New pitman arm too, by the way. New idler arm. New starter. New motor mounts. I'm just pointing out things as I see them. I mean, new clutch fork. New rubber around that. This car is absolutely crazy underneath. Ceramic coated headers, like I said, transitioning into 2 1/4 appear to be stainless steel exhaust system. Floor pans on this car look like they're totally undisrupted. Look like the day they were put in from the factory. I don't see any marks or any place that have been welded. Pinch marks on the rocker panels are still intact. Parking brake assembly is brand new, and everything, including all the associated hardware, is new with it. New drive shaft. Paint still shiny on it. New U-joints. New switch for the reverse for the shifter, the Hurst shifter in this vehicle. Subframe connectors going from the front subframes to the rear, giving it a lot more structural rigidity. New cables for the parking brake cable going to the rear. New brake lines in stainless steel. New fuel line in stainless steel. Just the way they would have come from the factory, the same style, the same bends, but stainless as opposed to mild steel. This is the best of the best so far. We're halfway through it, and there's nothing that hasn't been replaced or addressed in one fashion or another. You're getting a 68 Camaro that's absolutely the best quality that money can buy. Okay, all the bushings under this car are polyurethane bushings. The subframe bushings are polyurethane, the bumpers in the front are polyurethane, sway bar, front springs, polyurethane, rear spring, polyurethane. New shocks in the rear, 2 1/4s transitioning into Flowmaster mufflers, both also brand new. You can see the subframe connectors coming back and tying in with the rear subframes, which, by the way, have no jack marks or indentations whatsoever on them either. Rear subframes in this car is the rest of it, just the way it left the factory. 2 1/4 pipes going out the back, dumping down in the quarter panels at the end of the quarter panels, just the way they did from the factory. A set of traction bars on this particular car to help it out a little bit. It does have traction bars on it. Brand spanking new gas tank. New straps for the gas tank. Quarter panel drop downs are just the way they left the factory. You can't see any marks or any indication that they've ever been replaced even. If they were, there's no way to tell. It's just the way they were when they left the factory. Pan across the back as straight as can possibly be. All new fittings, new lines, everything going into the gas tank. Everything stainless steel, everything. 12-bolt rear end in this particular car too, with a posi. It is a 12-bolt rear. It's a heavy-duty Chevrolet Camaro underneath. All new polyurethane bushings. Every wear item underneath this vehicle has been replaced and as new. There's no way that you can upgrade this vehicle from what it is now. Everything on this car is upgraded to the best that you can possibly do on a 1968 Camaro. It's here at Hanksters.